It would be nice if water washed away sin, but it doesn't. And so it is at the end of chapter 9, beginning in verse 18, we find that Noah, even though he was a righteous man, still has a problem. And Moses, who's writing this, is a literary giant. And he's going to write the text in such a way that he doesn't expose Noah's sin. But we find that something's going on that's just not quite right. And it's going to affect his offspring as well. Verse 18, the sons of Noah who went forth from the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And from them, the world's going to be repopulated. Now, Ham was the father of Canaan. Now, why does Moses put that in there? That's because he's writing this account of Genesis to the children of Israel around 1450 BC, coming out of Egypt, about to enter into the promised land, and there's Canaanites in the land. And the Canaanites are the children of Ham. And Ham is going to be part of the story we're about to see. And therefore Canaan is going to fall under a curse. These three were the sons of Noah. And from these three, the people of the whole earth were dispersed. Now Noah began to be a man of the soil, and he planted a vineyard. Okay, this sets up the story. He drank of the wine and became drunk and lay uncovered in his tent. Now that's all we know. We don't know anything else about that. Now, before we go judging Noah, I just think, hey listen, this poor guy, he's been on a boat for a long time. He doesn't have anything coming off the boat. It's like, okay, in one sense, he doesn't have to go to work, and he doesn't have, everything is his, that's mine, that tree's mine, that mountain's mine. But he doesn't have any bowling anymore. He doesn't have any friends anymore. So what does he do? He plants a vineyard and gets drunk. No judgment, but whatever happened in that tent, something was going on. Moses, who's writing this, is covering this over. But what the boys do, this is where the problem is. And so go look at verse 21. He drank of the wine, became drunk, and lay uncovered in his tent. And Ham, that's one of his kids, the father of Canaan, that's the father of the Canaanites living in the land where the Israelites are about to enter, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers outside. I think the implication is snickering. Then Shem and Japheth, the other two brothers, took a garment, laid it on both of their shoulders, and walked backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. Implication, acted righteously and didn't make fun of dad. Their faces were turned backward, and they did not see their father's nakedness. When Noah awoke from his wine and knew what the youngest son had done to him, he said, now he's going to call a curse down on Ham, but on Ham's offspring, Canaan, who is the father of the Canaanites living in the land. Now understand, when the patriarchs call down curses, it has the effect and authority of heaven on earth, just the way it was in the Bible. All the details behind this are lacking in the Bible. You have to take it at face value and understand that Israel's hearing this, and they're hearing this about the Canaanites who are living in the land. Why didn't he call the curse down on Ham? Why did he call it down on Ham's son Canaan? I don't know. But the fact that it's Canaan that's in the land is really the important part. So Noah says, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants, he shall be to his brothers. So, who's his brothers? Well, Shem, who's one of his brothers, is the father of the Semites. The Jews are Semites. They are about to enter into the land of Canaan, who are the descendants of Ham. Get it? So he also said, blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem. Semites, Israel. And let Canaan be his servant. We're about to boot you out of the land. Not because of this curse. We'll see later in Scripture, it's because of their idolatry. It's because of their worshiping of other gods. It's because of their infant sacrifices. It's because the land will vomit them out because of their abhorrent idolatry. May God enlarge Japheth, that's the third brother, let him dwell in the tents of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. So this curse is an underlying reason for Israel to understand that Canaan's in the land, but Canaan has been cursed, and certainly we'll see later in Scripture that Canaan acts cursed, acts demonically, worships demons. And that is the reason why God will ultimately call curses down on the Canaanites. And then it ends the story of Noah here with, after the flood, Noah lived 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and then he died. Now, after the flood, people are going to start living a lot less, a lot shorter. That may be because, again, a water canopy may have protected. It may just be that life became shorter by the curse of sin. But 950 years is a long time. And from this point on, it's going to start to decrease rather rapidly. That brings us now to chapter 10, with the rise of a whole new planet and nations.